Okay, look at the first column. What does that say? What does the top say?
Due.
So that means that these assignments are now due. So I want everybody to look at those numbers, and everybody, I want you to write those numbers down so y'all don't call me up or text me and ask me the DA question when is something due. What else does this screen tell us? It tells us the time limit. Got 90 minutes. I'm only allowed to give you 50. But I give you 90 because of people like Jake. I'm sorry. Because people need it. And it tells you how many what? Attempts. What do I do? Do I average them together or do I take the highest?
Take the highest.
Okay, so there's 3 questions right there that somebody will ask me after the test is over. One of those questions will be asked. Click on the test, and look at there. It tells you not once, but it tells you what? Twice. How many questions? When's it due? How many attempts? And it tells you what? How much time you have. Somebody will still ask me one of these questions before the week's out.
Wait, how many questions again?
Start test. And of course, you get your 10 bonus questions. So that means everybody should make a 33 or better on this test. Right?
I doubt it. I probably will. So
Did that come from middle?
I don't know. Who said that? Thank you. You were right. I doubt it.
What did you say? I said I doubt it. I would be so there wrong.
Mr. Smith, you need to change that back to your video, man. That looks like a mugshot. You look like you got caught shooting deer with spotlight. He's not listening to you. He's gone to sleep. He looks like he's been spotlighting deer. Next. What's sad is some of those people have no idea what I'm talking about. Watch the video, blah, 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 blah. If a student achieves an average exam of 70, 79, he will earn a C. Suppose that he has 3. We did this in class. This is an inequality. So he wants to split 70. How many test scores does he have? 4 in all, right? Final exam, yeah, 4. So what's 4 times 70?
280.
280. So it's going to be 280 less than, equal to 77 plus 65 plus 82 plus blank is less than or equal to, what's 79 times 4?
316 or 306.
And that'd be what? 306 or 316, whichever one it is. And that would have, and then you solve it. I'm not going to go through it, but that's how you solve it. So make sure you write that one down. Now, is this going to be the exact same test that you take?
No.
Do y'all really think I'm that stupid? Please don't answer that. But no, it is not going to be the same test. This is one of thousands of different tests that you're going to pull up. Next. A large hardware store's monthly profit from the PVC pipe, sale of PVC pipe, can be described by blah, 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 where X is the number of feet of PVC pipe sold. What level of monthly sales is necessary to avoid a what? Loss. Now that's pretty simple. What's a loss? Be a negative. So 0, set equal to 0 and solve probably. This is an inequality or just to show you how much PVC must be sold. Okay? Now 0, it'd be 7,200 because that's the what? That's the, you got a y-intercept of negative 7,200. So this thing crosses the x-axis somewhere. You got to find where it crosses, so that's setting 0 equal to y. And that's where it goes below the x-axis, so that would be a what? Negative. Capisce?
multiply.
Did Mr. Smith lose? Hold on a second. I think he... Mr. Smith, are you still there? Okay, I'm going to call him back in. Evidently we lost him. But he does look like he's doing a mugshot. And Jake didn't even jump on that. I figured you would have jumped on that, Jake.
We can't see it on here.
What?
I didn't even know Smith was in here. We can't see it on
He's
our screen.
Skyping in. Mr. Smith, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here now.
Oh, did you hear us when we were messing up with your picture? You didn't hear us?
I heard you.
Oh yeah, okay. He feels bad about himself.
He's so sad.
You sad, Mr. Smith?
Yeah.
We're just making fun of you. I'm sorry. He's not going to talk to us no more. You do need to change over to your video, though. That does look like you're a convict. There you go. You look more refined there. You look better. You look like you're healthy, and that other picture looks like coming off a 3-day drunk. All right, next. I think it's funny in Pendleton. Look at Pendleton. They're just sitting there like winged on a pickle. If a student does not complete a homework assignment, what will happen? He will get a 0.
Trophy.
Yes, no.
Yeah. When does the homework terminate? Toward the end, when the outline says so. All right, let's solve this one. I'll blow it up for you. I can't blow it up. Okay, because it's a test. All right, so let's do this one. I don't mind doing this one because this one has a fraction in it. So let me pull up the handy-dandy whiteboard. Yeah, a little bit louder, Jay. A little bit louder.
Hey, I'm a working man. I'm tired.
I'm Hubert. All right, so got 3 times x minus 8 over 4 greater than or equal to 4x over 7 minus 9 over 1. Multiply through by what number? 28. That's going to be 28, 28, 28. And that's going to be 3 times x minus 8 over 4 greater than 4x over 7 minus 9 over 1. And that's going to give us 4. We're going at 28. 7 times 3 is 21. X minus 8. And no, you do not need a calculator on this. 7 will go into 28 4 times, 16x, minus 28 times 9. I'm going to give y'all a trick I learned in the war. What's 28 times 10?
280.
280. What's 280 minus 9?
271.
71. It should be 271,
Let's do
right?
28 times 9?
Yeah.
Looks like 252.
that. 252.
I've done something wrong. 28.
It's because you only subtracted 1 9.
I only subtracted 1 9. I got to subtract 18. I'm sorry, my bad. Okay, so that's 21x minus 8 times 2 is 160, so it'd be 168. 16x minus 252. Take the 16 across, that's going to give us 5x. Take the 168 across, I have no idea. So what's 252 subtract 168? What do you get? It's going to be negative.
Negative 84.
And 5 over 84, negative 5 over 84. X is greater than negative 5 over 84. And what is 5 over 84? Somebody, what is 5 over 84? Somebody give me a decimal.
0.059.
No, it's not going to be 0.05. It's going to be 5 will go in there, what, one time, and then 16, negative 16 point what?
8. Wait, oh, no.
8.
What'd y'all say? What'd you say?
Negative 16.
16.8?
Yes, sir.
Overlapping, Jake, sorry.
No, it's all good.
So x is greater than negative. So where is greater than negative? Well, it's not 8, because that's less than. It's not this one, and it's not this one. So it should only, let's go down and look. Hold on a minute. Okay. Good golly molly. Okay, it's got to equal then. So it looks to me like so far it could be Charlie. It's not Fox. It's not Echo. It's not Golf, and it's not Hotel. So it's got to be Charlie. Those of you that don't know what I'm using the NATO alphabet, which is, only used among terrorist veterans. Yeah. Next. What else do I got?
There's a space up top past the graph.
Are you sure you want to leave this question? Oh, I'm sorry. The solution is an inequality. The solution as an inequality is, I guess, x is greater than or equal to, x is greater than or equal to, and fractions, so that would be, what, negative 84 over 5? Negative 84 divided by 5. The solution interval is bracket, that's break, okay, negative 84 divided by 5, comma, what? Infinity. And parentheses.
Now, if you put the decimal, would that also be right, or do you got?
Well, no, because what does it say right here? You need to follow directions, because I can't change it if you don't follow directions. I can't give you that credit unless if it was open and it only said simplify your answer, then I would take either. But since it says what? Integers or fractions. That's kind of vague. I probably would, Jake, I'd probably take both on that one, because it does say integers as well as fractions. So I'd probably take both. Just try to, now you see that I went over it and it's taking a fraction. So what should you type in on the test, Jake?
Fraction.
A fraction. Try to keep the challenge questions down to a minimum, because I don't need 30 people or 15 people coming up to me after class, I need this, I need that. If I answer a question on the test and it says it wants a fraction and I get it right, then you need to do that to that same type question. Don't go against the grain. All right, try this one. Anyway, it says graphically. Okay, so this one I would do on your calculator. So I'm going to do it on the calculator, especially if I've got some people who don't know how to find the intercept on a calculator. I'm going to show you. So let me pull up my handy dandy calculator.
I can't see it.
These chairs.
There we go. I'm going to have to make it smaller. Move it over. There we go. Things I do for y'all.
Oh, we appreciate it.
No, you don't.
Oh.
Some of y'all do. Settle down, Pendleton.
Got it.
Now what do? You type it in like that, right? Hit graph.
Pendleton, did y'all do anything fun this weekend?
Second calc
Better not say anything. You'll
Does that
get beat
explain it
up.
for you, Pinto?
Well, shoot, I messed it up.
Oh, I got to tell y'all something. The Math 111 Pendleton campus, they wouldn't stop talking Thursday. We were overwhelmed. So the only class that don't talk now is this class. So all the other Pendleton campus talk. Y'all are the only one that don't talk now.
Well,
So you just keep it in there.
So y'all are the introvert class.
go with that.
Something to be proud of. Not. All right, so y is equal to 2x plus 6, 2x plus 6, and then negative. I'm going to make this one dashed. So I'm going to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Dash. And negative 7x minus 30. And I'm sure most of y'all were on the calculator drill team in high school, so you know how to do all that. Graph, and you see there's your function. Now I'm going to hit second trace and hit intersect and hit first one, the second one, and then I'm going to put a guess. Somebody tell me what the guess does.
Get you close.
Get you close so it don't take as long. That's the only reason to. You don't have to hit it. You can just hit enter, but it'll take a little bit longer. And there, somebody write down -4, -2. -4 and -2. Now, did y'all notice I went straight to the graphing calculator? That's what you should do. Don't try to do this unless you've got a sharp pencil and you've got a straight edge and you've got graphing paper or a piece of graph, that you printed out. Don't try it because it's going to be very difficult and you may get the wrong answer. So you should calculate it there. What?
You calling us stupid?
Where did I get that from? Where did you get that from?
You don't think we can do it? You don't think we can do it?
No. What did I tell you about graphing method? It's the least what? Least accurate, Hubert. That's right, Jay.
Well, we're very accurate students.
Yeah, I can tell. Pendleton, are y'all accurate? Yeah. If you miss a question on a test, what does it do?
I don't know. I've never missed a question on a test.
If you miss a question on a test and you believe it is correct, you see me after class. You throw a temper tantrum like that girl. What's her name? Gertrude? Greta. Greta's going to run the world. If you take several forms of a test in Hubert's class, how is it counted?
Takes
Takes the highest
Average
grade.
down.
He calls you a loser.
Yep. All right, graph this one right quick. Construct a scatter plot. I'm going to do it through the Excel spreadsheet because it's easier. Well, we'll do it on the do-jigger. Stat, edit, 0, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Now we do the Y. 4, 6, 10, 14. 4, 6, 10, 14, 18, and 20.
And I had you do that. You just keep
leading them.
That's retarded.
I'm trying to teach, Jay.
Sorry, you had a question about calculator.
Well, he needs to direct his questions toward the instructor.
Well, you was busy working a problem out.
Okay. Stat plot. Go to second stat plot. On and click on the scatter plot, which is the first one, and graph. And do zoom. Which one's stat? Is it 6 or 9? Stat, 9. And you need to take those out too. So let me take those out. So go to y is equal, clear, or clear, and clear. Now hit stat plot. Okay, hit y, graph, sorry. Oh, got it. I hate calculators. Freaking hate them. 0,
Russians.
4, 6. Why isn't it changing? 4. Oh, hell with it. Okay, I'm going to go over here. Y'all know, do stat plot, graph, and do zoom 6. I don't know what's up with this. Open in Excel. If you want to use Excel and not have to work extra, then highlight the 2 columns, insert that plot, and that's what it looks like. So it looks like it's leveled off here, and then it's a straight line. So find the one that it matches. Which one levels off and has a straight line? Looks like C. Why isn't it D? That's the negative slope. So it's not that one. It's not that one because that one's all over the place. And that one's too shallow. I think it's Charlie. Next. Is that all? I think that's all we do on that one. Oh, that's one of the most missed questions right here. What is Hubert's email address and phone number? Although covered in the handouts the first day of class, what is the best way to communicate? Via his cell phone. If you have incomplete assignments and Hubert puts a 0 in for the grade, this is for the chick that had to go on a cruise. Had to. She didn't know that she got a 0 when she missed a test. You still get a F. And here comes Helicopter Mom. Helicopter Mom called the department head, and the department head said, we can't talk about it because she's 18 years old, and then that made her even madder. In your grade book, to find your final grade after you have completed all assignments, which should you choose?
Overall.
You call Hubert up and ask, what's my final grade? All right, try that one. I'll make it big. Try that one. 3 times 3x minus 4 less than 7x minus 13. I'll rewrite it for you. Three times 3x minus 4 less than or equal to 7x minus 13. 9x minus 12 less than or equal to 7x minus 13. Since 7x is smaller, I'm taking it across the river. That gives me 2x. Bring 12 across the river is equal to what? -1? And x is less than or equal to -1/2. So we're looking for a bracket, and we're looking for less than 1/2. So I think Charlie is the answer. Is that -1/2? I'm sorry. -1/2. That'd be Echo, I think.
If it's only half, that should be, yeah.
Yeah, it's -1/2 right there. So x is less than or equal to -1/2. How we doing, Pendleton? Y'all awful quiet.
We're good.
Thank you, one person. I appreciate that. Please be careful when you go out in the hallway. I'd hate for you to get hit. Interval notation is from negative infinity to what? Negative infinity, comma,
The -1.
negative 1/2. And that gets a bracket. Oh, please watch how you type them in. There you go.
Now, if we accidentally do that, and you see that, will you
I
give us
will
credit?
give you credit for it, but please try to be careful. Like I say, I don't mind changing 1 or 2, but changing 15 is going to be a pain, so please try to be careful, okay? I'll be
Now, you
fair,
actually
but I don't
grade
want to have to.
things?
I don't want to have to answer 15 challenge questions.
Do you grade these individually?
Heck no, that's busy work.
Did we get
I
our
do
grade
the
right?
computer.
You can't.
The computer does it, and it gives you an immediate feedback of you suck or you're fantastic, one of the two. I'm sorry, Pendleton, you had a question. What did you ask?
You just answered it. It was if we got our grade back right after.
Oh yeah, like within 10 seconds. Okay. Determine if each ordered pair is a solution of the system of equations. So when you see the word determine, what are you supposed to do? Plug and what? Plug and chug. Determine means plug and chug. And you're looking for a true statement or a what? A false statement. So 5 times parentheses plus 4 times parentheses is equal to 13. And parentheses minus 2 times parentheses is equal to -3. -1 and 2. So let's check the first set. What's -5 plus 6? I'm sorry, -5 plus 8. It ain't 13.
That'd be 3.
What?
That'd be 3.
It's not 13 though, is it?
Nope.
So, what is it, -3? It's not equal to 13. So, you really don't even have to go any further, but we're going to check the last one. What's -1 minus 4? Negative what? -5 is not equal to -3. So what can we ascertain about -1 and 2? It is not a solution. So now let's erase that one and plug in the other. So now we're going to plug in 1 and 2. What's 5 plus 4? I'm sorry. What's 5 plus 8?
13.
That one checks. And what's 1 minus 4? So you would say no and yes. I think I've made this test too easy. I think I need to change it.
I think you should.
Put some more challenging problems in there. What do y'all think?
Of course.
Of course, no.
All right, try this one. A college board began reporting exam scores with a new scale in 2001. With the new scale, y defined as a function of the old scale was x, blah, 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 y is equal to blah, 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 blah. Let me move this out of the way. Suppose the college requires a new score greater or equal to 1,000 to admit a student. So the new scale, y, is a function of the old scale, x. So that means greater than or equal to, so that means that x is going to be equal to 1,000, right? So we need to do x is equal to 1,000, I think. Let's see, a college board reported the exam scores with a new scale, with the new scale score, y. Okay, no, they're setting y is equal. Notice what it says right here. I didn't see it when I read it the first time. Over here, what does this say right here? It says new scale score. The new scale score is what? Y. So you got to find y is equal to 1,000. Well, you can look and see where y is equal to 1,000 because this is 5,000. So 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, 4,500. So it looks like it's either A or what? D. So now we just need to figure out, some of y'all thought y'all were going to have to do this on a calculator, but you're just sketching it. So now we need to find out which one is this one. Is it a positive slope or is it a negative slope? So it's delta. Why? Because what's alpha?
Negative.
Negative. So you should be able to do that without even looking at it. Okay, so this would be 1,000 is, let's see, greater. So the function needs to be greater than what? 1,000. So you're going to say 1,000 greater than, we got to make the function greater than. So greater than or equal to, just say equal to, yes. And then the function is that function right here. We can't copy it, so we got to type it in. 0.68 x plus 129.9036. What?
It's 126.
Thank you. And then what does this say? Solve the above. Okay, solve it. So what's 1,000 minus 129.9036? What would that be? 873.0964? Somebody check it for me. What's 1,000 minus 126.9036?
873.0964.
Divide that by 0.68. Round to the nearest whole number. What do you get? I'm waiting.
1,284.
I'm sorry, what?
1,284.
1,284. Did everybody get that? Nobody at Pendleton calculated that? What are y'all doing, Pendleton? All of you got your laptops out. What are you doing? I just want to ask. Please tell me you're doing math and not ignoring me. I'm going to go to Pendleton next week. I'll be teaching Pendleton the rest of the semester. Oh, we're
You
going
gotta
to
come visit easily.
We're going to have a good time up there.
You talk too much to teach here.
Huh?
You talk too much to teach here. We have like 3 words a day limit.
Oh, is that it? Golly, they have a sense of humor. One of them's got a sense of humor. He's going to get the hell beat out of him when he goes in the hallway.
Right.
You're not supposed to do that, man.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Don't you got to tell them. One of them, they're going to jump on you when you go outside. So you remember, it's got to be against Hubert. You can't talk in my class.
Yeah,
All
sorry.
right.
Quit being racist.
I know. All right, do this one graphically. God, I gave y'all so many graphs. I should at least give y'all at least one matrix.
I thought you said the test was different than this one.
It may be. You may get a matrix.
I think this is the exact same test.
I think actually yours is probably the worst one, Jake, because I don't like you. So you probably have to do all matrices.
Hey, I can handle it.
I hear you, man.
Dude,
You're just a walking rain man, aren't you?
You're dang right.
So you got to solve these for y first. So of course y'all can't do that. So you might as well just give up on it.
Oh, wait.
Look at that. What's he doing?
It ain't Pendleton, you know we ain't talking.
It's rude. It's rude to whisper.
Well, hey, then I got a question for you.
Okay, what?
How do people do all them cool drawings on one of these graphing calculators?
You got to change it to quadratics, and you can do that, but that's
He's about to mess up.
you don't need to mess with that. It's called cardioids, and you do that in calculus. You don't need to mess with that unless you just want to try to impress people. Is that what you're trying to do?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like I saw on Twitter the other day, somebody had the Mona Lisa on their graphing calculator. And I was
Well, that's somebody that don't have a life or a job. Okay.
Probably both.
So, or don't have a girlfriend. One of the three.
All three.
All right, so here we go. Negative y is equal to negative 4x minus 4. Y is equal to 4x plus what? 4. Y'all check me, make sure I didn't mess up.
That's right.
2x, that's negative 3y is equal to negative 4 minus 2x. 3y or negative. Hold on. So that's going to be 2/3 x plus 4/3.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to type those in, but oh no, I don't need to because you got to do it on this one. Now, you can do it by intercept method. You could do that. You could do all three methods. I'm going to do by intercept method. So 4x minus y is equal to negative 4. So I'm going to plug in 0 for x. That's going to give me what?
4.
4.
Yeah.
And that's called 0 for x is called the y-intercept. X-intercept, 0 for y, is going to give me negative 1. And then the other one, 2x minus 3y is equal to -4. Plug in 0 for y. That's going to give me 4/3. That's your y-intercept. 0 for y is going to give you -2. That's your x-intercept. The reason I'm doing the intercept method is it's less time consuming since you have to graph it. So I'm going to go over here and do 0, 4. 0, 4 is right there. -1, what's my other one?
-1, 0.
-1 and 0, so that's there.
That's there.
Oh, right there, sorry. And the other one is 0, 1 1/3. 0, 1 1/3, so that's 1 1/3. Oh Lord, maybe right there. I don't know if it's going to take that or not. Probably not. -2 and 0. It looks like we're gonna have to set these two equal to each other.
Why is that 1/3?
Because 1 1/3. -1 1/3, it should be. Okay, I didn't plot it right. We don't have, I don't have 1 1/3 because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is tenths or 20ths. So we're going to have to set them equal to each other or however you want to do it. So I'm going to set them equal to each other so I can get a number. So 4x plus 4 is equal to 2/3 x plus 4/3. And the first thing I'm going to do is multiply through by what? 3. And that's going to give me 12x plus 12 is equal to 2x plus what? 4. And that's going to give me 10x. And what does that 12 do? Minus 12. 10x is equal to what? -8. Somebody check my math. Divide by 10. Divide by 10. X is equal to 0.8. -0.8. So that looks like I've got 0.8 right there. Now back substitute 4x minus 4. So 4 times 0.8, -0.8 plus 4. Well, 4 times 0.8 is 3.2, right? So -3.2. Somebody check my math. I got 0.8 there. So I would say this point, since I couldn't get it by graphing, is -0.8, comma 0.8. And I'll let y'all check that by the calculator. And it should be 0.8 and 0.8. So there's an example of critical thinking. You tried one way and it didn't work, so what do? You try another way, or you what? Quit. -0.8 and positive 0.8. Next. What are the coordinates of the point of intersection of this? So set them equal to what? Each other. So 3x minus 3 is equal to 3 minus what? 3x. This is the smaller x, so bring it over. Bring this over. So we get 6x is equal to what? 6. X is equal to 1. Take that, plug back in to either one. Y is equal to 3 times 1 minus 3. Y is equal to what? So this one intersects at 1 and 0. A lot of you say, well, Hubert, we didn't go over that. Don't need to. You should know that from Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. Anytime you want to find where something intersects, you set them equal to what? Each other. That's like Algebra 1. 1, comma, 0. But I could just covered it, so now it's covered. Okay, elimination. Do that one. Now, have you noticed something? Have I put any questions on here that you have never seen before? As far as content. Do I pull any? I don't pull any sucker punches. I don't give you something you haven't seen before. Y'all were supposed to say no. Looks
Oh.
No.
Thank you. I appreciate the input, even though I had to make you say it, but you know. I suck. Y'all like those girls that you go out with? Oh, I don't want anything to eat. I'll just drink water. Knowing they're starving to death. They want to talk, but they don't talk. So. Girls, don't do that on a date. That just pisses a guy off. Don't it, Jake?
Oh, yeah.
Jake, how would you know? You ever been on a date?
He ain't never been on a date.
Yeah, man, me and your mom went out to dinner last night.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Oh, Jake, you're not supposed to talk about a student's mother. I'm supposed to tell you that.
Yeah, that's racist.
That's beneath us. All right. So what do we do? Well, first of all, you got to clean this up because it's a mess or a cluster. So clean it up and bring the negative 12 over. You get 6x plus 12y is equal to 18. And then 7x plus 4y is equal to 9. I'm sorry.
Hubert, that is beneath you.
I know. I was thinking of something else, but I was gonna say something. All right, so you could change this into a matrix and do an identity matrix. But I know some of y'all's head would explode, so we're not going to do that. So what are we going to do? I don't have opposite signs.
We get both bottom line.
Why am I going to get rid of the y's? Because the 6 and the 7, you're going to have to multiply by a bigger number. So I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 9. I'm sorry, negative 3. And that's going to give me 6x plus 12y is equal to 18, and negative 21x minus 12y is equal to negative 27. And of course the y's go out. And what is 6 minus 21? Negative what?
Negative 15.
That's negative 15x. And then 18 minus 27, negative 11. What is it?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. So that's going to give us x is equal to 9 over 15, which is equal to 3 over 5, or what? 6/10. And you can use, what does it say? Does it say simplified fractions? So 3/5. So let's put 3/5 back in. I'm just going to plug it in the top one. 6 times 3/5. Did we get x? Yeah. 3/5 plus 12y is equal to 18. That'd be 18/5 plus 12y is equal to, let's see, 18 times 5 is 120. So is that 125ths? Somebody check me. I think that's right. So I'm going to bring negative 18 fifths over. 18 fifths. So that's going to give me 12y is equal to 120 minus 18 is 102 fifths. And now I'm going to change this into 60 fifths. Or you can we'll just do it divided by 12 over 1 multiplied by what? 1/12, right? No, divide by 12. When I divide this by 12, I multiply by 1/2, 1/12. I get 1 over 2 over 60. Somebody check me. What do y'all get? Y is equal to 102 over 60, which can be reduced to what? 51 over 30?
Yes.
So y'all check me, make sure I didn't make a mistake. Yes, sir.
How'd you get 120 over 5?
Well, 18, what's 18 times 5?
Oh, you multiplied both by 5?
Well, I was trying to get a common denominator. What's 18 times 5? I'm making sure I did the math right. What's 18 times 5?
9.
Okay, so I'm wrong. My bad. That's 90. Sorry, 90. What's 90 minus 18?
72.
Say again? 72. And that's going to be 72 over 60, which 72 is 36 over 30. Y'all help me out. 36 over 30, which is 18 over 15. 18 over 15, which is 3 over, let's see, 3 will go in there 6 times. 6 fifths. Y'all help me out.
Yeah.
1.2.
Is that what you got? 6 fifths?
Yes.
So we got 3 fifths and 6 fifths. And that's along the lines, Algebra 1, Algebra 2 review, and of course, solving systems of equations. So that's a mixture of problem right there. So 3 fifths, I've got to put parentheses around it. 3 divided by 5, comma, and 6 divided by 5, and parentheses. And of course, they want you to do it some different way. 3 fifths and 6 fifths. Next. We still got 30 minutes and we're going through and doing the whole everything. So, all right, substitution. Substitution. Go ahead and do that one. I tried to put one of each, but I didn't put matrices because I'm a nice guy.
We appreciate it.
There's somebody in there going, I wish you could put matrices on here. I can't keep everybody happy. Pendleton wanted matrices. So, doesn't matter. You're going to get negatives no matter what. I'm going to use the bottom one. The 4y is equal to negative 5x plus 6 divided by 4. Y is equal to negative 5/4 x plus 3/2. Now I'm going to take that and plug it in. So that's y. So I'm going to plug that in for y. So 3x minus 4 parentheses equals 10. And I'm going to plug that in. Negative 5/4 x plus 3/2. 3x minus 4. That's going to cancel with that and leave a what? 5x? And then the 4 negative, that'd be negative 12 over 2 is what? Negative 6 equals 10. 8x is equal to 16. x is equal to 2. Somebody check me. And then I'm going to plug that in. Y is equal to negative 5/4 times 2 plus 3/2. And that 2 is going to cancel with that. And negative 5 plus 3 is what? Negative 2/2, which is what? Negative 1. So I get 2 and negative 1. So that's going to be 2 and negative 1. Yes?
After you get the y equals negative 5 over 4x plus 3 over 2, what do you do with that? You plug it into just one of them?
After you get this,
Yeah.
Take that.
The first one.
this one you plug in for y, right into the other
Pick
one.
either one.
It doesn't matter, but I always plug into the opposite. So if I'm solving the second one for y, I'm going to plug it into the first one.
Right.
I always use the opposite. Next. All right, it says, do you use any method? I'm going to skip that one because we've already done all 3 methods. I'm going to skip that one. You can pick whichever method you want. You can use a calculator to graph, or you could use the calculator to solve by another method, but that just takes too long. Or you can use substitution or elimination. I would do elimination or the matrix, but that's just me. Which one? A. It's the only one that equals what?
100.
That's the first most missed question on the bonuses. Why people pick 30, 30, 30, I don't know. Nowhere in my syllabus does it say 30, 30, 30. But some people break an anvil with a banana.
I would pay to watch that.
Well, some people can do it. Just like the student that can't watch videos and find out where the class is. All right, that's the same thing, convenient method. I'm going to let you do whichever method you want. Would I use substitution on this one? Yes, because you're setting them equal to what? Each other, because they're both solved for y. So I would set them equal to each other. That would be the easiest way to do this one. It's elimination. What should a student do if something happens and you're out of class for a while? Communicate. Wait till after grade turn in and call up here and have a temper tantrum.
What is an HS?
Okay. Gives a relationship between temperatures measured in degrees. Use an inequality to represent the corresponding Celsius temperature that is at or what? Below. At or below 23 degrees Fahrenheit. So that means 23 greater than or equal to 9/5 C plus 32 and solve. Why? Because you're looking for the Celsius is what? At or below. So the Celsius, this needs to be less than. So 23 greater than, we'll do that one because I don't think we've done one like this one in class. We've done inequalities, but we haven't done one like this. So that'd be 23 is greater than or equal to, and the greater than or equal to comes from that. And that's going to be 9/5 C plus 32 and minus 32 minus 32, and that's going to be 9/5 C less than or equal to, what's 23 minus 32? Like 9 or 11? Negative 9 multiplied by 5/9. And what happens? This is a trick I learned in the war. That goes out, you got negative what?
5.
That means that C is less than or equal to negative 5. So that means values less than negative 5. So it means negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, blah, blah, blah. So C is greater than or equal to, or sorry, less than or equal to -5. Next. And that's another system of by substitution. Multiply through by what denominator?
20. Nope.
Well, let's see. Let's not guess. Let's just do it. 3, 5, 4. Oh, shoot. 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, and sometimes 13. 3, that'd be a 1. Bring that down, bring that down. 5, 1, bring that down, bring that down. 1, 2, bring that down, that's a 1. 2, bring that down. 2, 1, 1, 1. So we got 10 times 6, which is what? 60. I guarantee you somebody's already multiplied all of them but through. And you might get 60, and that's good. But sometimes you multiply through and you get 600, and that just causes you to depend on the calculator. So, here we go. I'm going to multiply through by 60. And that's going to give us 60 times 3/4 plus 60 times 1/5 x, and then minus 1/3. 60 times 1/3 equals 60 times 4/5 x. How many times will 4 go into 60? Well, you go over here and mark out your 4. 15 times. So that goes to 15. 15 times 3 is what? 45. 5 will go into 60 12 times. 12 times 1, 12x. 3 will go into 60 how many times? 20. And 5 will go into 60 12. 12 times 4 is what? And now you're back down to an algebra 1 problem. I'm going to take the 12x over because it's smallest. Minus 12x. And that's going to give me 45 minus 20 is 25 is equal to 48 is 36.
36.
Divided by 36. What? X is equal to 25 over 36. Uh-oh, we got zippers. Starting to convulse. 25 over 36. Next. Okay, a company's daily profit from production, sale, blah, 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 is 6.15x minus $2,400, where X is the number of widgets produced and sold. What level of production and sales will give a daily profit more than 8.055? So that means 8.055 less than or equal to this, because you want this to give you what? More. So somebody take 8,055. I'm sorry, that's not a point. That's a, isn't that a comma? Looks like a comma. 8,055 plus 2,400. Somebody do that right quick. Be 1,000.
10,400.
Yeah, 10,000. All right, and divide that by 6.15. What do you get? I'm just rounded up to the nearest whole number.
1,700.
1,700. 32. Does Hubert replace your lowest test? I thought on the test you said you dropped the lowest grade. That's what Deadhead said. Does it say yes or does it say no? It's no. There's no yes on this problem whatsoever. If you look at your overall grade one day and it has decreased from several days ago, I will take D. But the answer is A. And to answer your question on grade, what happens when you hit submit? It's going to say you have unanswered questions. Do you want to submit? Now remember, I missed 6 because I didn't answer. Remember 6. And I still got an 80. Okay? I missed how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one, I don't know why I missed that one. Probably because of rounding or something. Oh, because that graph is wrong because I couldn't do it by intercept method because it didn't give me a right spot. But I did get this one. And if you'll look, that's a little bit off. So you've got to be careful on this one. All right. Now, before some of y'all have convulsions, because some of you are already having convulsions, let's go ahead and pull up. Let me go ahead and stop the